Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today we are going to be playing with an early Christmas gift. Yes, I realize it's only October, but this is limited edition and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look and a Palette Gorgeous Glowing Beauty. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's very reflective and very beautiful, as you can probably see there. This palette does retail for $75. That's why it was a gift. So I'm going to have listed down in the description box all of the rest of the products that I already have on my face, and we're going to go ahead and dive into the makeups. This is what the palette looks like. You do get 3 eyeshadows, 2 cheek products here, a bronzer, and a highlight. Hopefully you'll be able to see that there are embossings on the individual shades, and they are also numbered, and so you have the Eye Brighten, Eye Enhance, and Eye Smoke. Then you have the Face Bronze, Cheek Swish, and Cheek Pop, as well as the face highlighter. I think this is a great little product, especially for someone who's still learning their way around like their makeup technique or their makeup routine. And while I normally wouldn't do my eyes first, I usually do my complete face and then move into the eyes. We're going to do it Charlotte's way today. But I also wanted to make mention, if you want some real true details on this palette, I'm going to refer you to the person who made me want this palette, and that is Alicia from Kinky Sweat. So we're going to go into Eye Brighten, number 1 here, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this true Charlotte Tilbury style with the old phalange, and this is stunning. If I seem a little quiet, it's because I'm not used to having hubby around when I'm filming, and he's around, but he's busy playing a video game or something. So I just thought I would pop in here, go ahead and get this video up for you guys. And I'm just patting this over the inner 2/3 of the lid, and it is applying beautifully. So if you didn't know, this is the holiday palette in Charlotte's, I believe she calls it her Christmas shop. You know, it's her Christmas collection on her website. Some of these products are available on Sephora. I do believe that is where hubby picked mine up, and I just had added this to my wish list like days before. Also made mention of it to hubby that it was something I was very interested in trying, and here we are. That laid down like an absolute dream. Another thing I really wouldn't normally do is to put the lid shade on first, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So we're going to go into the second shade, which is the Eye Enhance shade, and why not? Let's keep up with the phalange. This one, well, the Eye Brighten shade is very shimmery. Hopefully you can see. The Eye Enhance is more of a satin shade. So I'm going to tap this on the outer part of the lid and a little bit up into the crease. And of course, you can use brushes. Look how easily that enhanced the eye. Show you that shade so you can see it's a little bit more dull, but not dull at all, than the first Brighten shade. And I would call this, I don't know, if you want a shade comparison, I would compare this shade to the shade Antique Bronze from ABH Modern Renaissance, but a much better formula. I know a lot of people did not love that shade from ABH. I actually really liked it personally. The shade, you know, the formula wasn't perfect by any means. All right, here's where we will get into a couple of brushes. Just going to take a plain old brush, nothing on it, and just slightly blend out the enhanced shade into the crease. Soften those edges. It's actually really easy for me and my eye shape to just sort of place it exactly where I wanted it, but I do want to go ahead and blend it out. And some of you may be wondering, Kyra, you do all these crazy eye looks for us. Why on earth would you want a palette like this? For a couple of reasons. First of all, I've been wanting to try a bunch of Charlotte Tilbury products for a while now, and so I felt like this would be the way to try out, you know, several of her different formulas all in one shebang at a great value. But also, I go places overnight quite a bit, and I love bringing sort of this all-inclusive type of palette with me. It's why I have so many face palettes. I have the Emily Edit palette that has both shadow and face products in it, and then I also have the NARS Make Up Your Mind palette, and I will link my review with that up in the cards. Very easy. I'm very happy with that. Next, I'm going to take this little tiny dense domed brush. Mannered. I really hope I'm not getting sick. It's not the time. I have more company coming later this week. So next we're going to go into number 3, which is the Eye Smoke shade. I'm going to press this on the outer V, and then I'm going to take this on the lower lash line, and then that will pretty much be it for the eyes. So there we go. I don't want to smoke this out too much, but that is beautiful. And again, I'm going to run this on the lower lash line as well. It does also say on the packaging and on the unit carton that this is considered, what do they say, 5-minute face on the go. And I like that idea too. There are some mornings where I have early appointments or need to get out the door more quickly, but I do want a little face of makeup, and I love reaching for things like this when I'm in that situation. Plus, I like a good neutral mauve look as much as the next girl. I do a lot of colorful makeup on my channel, but I also love a beautiful, glowy, neutral look. And one more time, using that fluffy brush, just going to swipe that through the crease and make sure everything is blended, and that is pretty much it for the eye look. I think I will hit up the inner corner and the brow bone with the highlight shade when we get to it, but for now, let's get started on the face. So I did go ahead and pull some of my favorite smaller face brushes for today, but I absolutely do think that you don't have to have those if you were going to pick up this palette. I can easily squish my favorite bronzer brush like this, get it into the pan, let go, and you know, I mean, you can make it work. I just wanted to point that out. So for bronzer, I'm going to use my Delium 962, which is called a slanted blusher, but I actually happen to like this for bronzer, if you can't tell by the stained bristles. So now we're going to go into number 4, which is the face bronzer. Little bit of Kick Up in the Pan. Charlotte's brand is a lot about bringing that old Hollywood glam to the everyday person who is looking to have that look accessible and effortless. And I really think that this palette is the epitome of her branding, because this really is, I'm sure if I wasn't talking, I could absolutely knock this look out in 5 minutes. That's, you know, with my base done probably, but even at that, probably would take me 10 minutes total. Look at that glow. I also wanted to say I intentionally didn't put any glowy primer or anything underneath of my foundation today. In fact, I didn't put any primer. I really like this tone. I could see this being flattering on a lot of skin tones. Unfortunately, Charlotte at this point does not cater to those of a medium to darker skin tone, and I think that's really sad, and I do hope at some point she will start catering to those people who want to try her makeup as well. All right, we are moving to number 5, which is called the Cheek Swish. And as I understand it, this is meant to be more applied on the high point of the cheekbone, and then the Cheek Pop shade focused more on the apple of the cheek. So that's how we're going to apply it today. One of my favorite blush brushes of all time is this e.l.f. blush brush. And I really like it because it's flat, so I can really kind of get on those cheekbones, but it's also paddle shaped, which is also nice because, you know, it's shaped perfectly to get up that cheekbone there. So we are going to apply the Cheek Swish first. Holy moly, that picked up a lot. So we're going to go ahead and just pat this along the cheekbone. I like to bring my blush all the way up to the temple here because I am a blush type of girl. And I will also, as always, include my photos in natural lighting. That is stunning. This is why I wanted this palette. I want the Hollywood glow, okay? Just every time I see Charlotte Tilbury products, I'm like, I know they're worth it. I don't even have to try them to know that they're worth it. Not every single Charlotte Tilbury product, no. I have tried the airbrushed, why do I always say that? Airbrushed Flawless Finish Powder, and I thought it was just fine. It was just okay for me, dog. So there is Cheek Swish applied. It's very hard to say. And then now we're going to go into this Cheek Pop, number 6. I kind of wish that it had a name, but simplicity. I'm just going to flip my brush over, not that it matters, and pick up, oh buddy, again, lots of product picking up on the brush. And I'm just going to focus this on the apple of the cheek. I love me some blush. Some of you are probably like, yep, it's pink blush. There you go, Kyra. I love it. I don't care. You know, like I said, if you're not going to pick up this palette, and I imagine most people aren't, I certainly never even considered it in years past, not because I had anything against the brand, but because it's not very accessible. It's not very inclusive in terms of being universally available to all skin tones, and the price point is insane. Like, you guys know I do have luxury makeup in my collection, but it is because my husband buys it for me, not because I pick it for myself. I'm happy to use luxury makeup, not happy to purchase it. All right, I definitely think we are glowing, and last but not least, we're going to go into number 7, which is the face highlight. And my favorite little highlighting brush is the Real Techniques setting brush, which, if you missed my Allure Best of Beauty video, was the highlighter brush of the year, even though it's for setting the under eye. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this highlighter and work this into the top of the cheekbone. Sort of starting up here where I would highlight my brow and then working my way down. If you guys have any tips for getting highlight to show up on camera other than over applying, please let me know. I do think it, oh, there we go. Can you see it? That's gorgeous. So whether you're planning on picking up this palette or not, what is on your Christmas wish list so far? Because mine's pretty short this year, if I'm being honest. There's not a whole heck of a lot of holiday releases that I'm really excited about this year, which is great. It'll save me a lot of money. And I think too, I've been really blessed this year to have a lot come into my collection regardless of starting out on a no-buy year. And so not only am I not excited by anything, look at that Cupid's bow. But I'm fine with what I have, as I use a very expensive gift. All right, like I said, I do want to put a little bit of this highlight on the inner corner as well as the brow bone. That definitely works as an inner corner highlight, as if there was any doubt. And it's my favorite sort of inner corner highlight because it's very soft and subdued. And, you know, as we get a little bit older, I don't know that this super blangy inner corner highlight is, you know, my thing. Just under the brow arch mostly. Alright, I'm going to pop off of here really quickly, do liner and mascara, and then we'll come back for a little Charlotte Tilbury lip, and I do mean little. Alright guys, we are back, and this is the eyes finished off. I did go ahead and line the lower waterline with the Sephora Contour Eye Pencil in the shade Blonde Ambition. This is gorgeous. May need a full size. And I finished the lashes off with the CoverGirl Exibitionist mascara, which I love. I did go ahead and line my lips with the NYX Matte Suede lip liner in the shade Soft Spoken, and I promised you a little lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, and here it is. This is from her Matte Revolution line of lipsticks, and this is the cult classic Pillow Talk. I like it. It's just a nude, though. I don't think I would buy the full size. But I'm glad I got to try a little tiny size before I went and bought a full size and decided it wasn't special. We just need to set the face now. I did go ahead and pick up the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray when I was at Ulta the other day. I finally got to sniff it, and I like the scent, and it's alcohol-free.
Effie, brace yourself.
So what do we think? I am kind of loving this, but then again, I put it on my wish list, and I wouldn't have done that if I didn't want this. I do think there's more versatility in here than one would suppose. Of course, you can use your bronzer as an eyeshadow. You can use all of these as eyeshadows, obviously. So I do think that adds a little versatility. I do think you could go in with this shade as a blush. You could probably go in with that shade as a highlight. You know, the list goes on, but I do think this is a beautiful all-in-one little palette, and I'm kind of a sucker for that kind of thing. So thank you very much to my hubby, who knows that I like to get things early, especially when they're limited edition. This may not be around by Christmas, so I do love it. I'm very glad to have it. Let me know if you want to see any other videos, like maybe we could test out the 5-minute thing. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me here today, testing out this new Charlotte Tilbury palette. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful, bougie makeup days. And I will see you in my next video real soon.